Okay, hello everybody. I'm back once again. God is still speaking through visions and dreams. Yes, He is. Okay, now what I'm going to talk to you about today is something I probably already spoke about, but I'm feeling impressed by the Lord to talk some more on the things that I've already talked about. What I'm going to talk about is some things pertaining to the millennial reign. I was just like many of you. I didn't have any idea what the millennial reign was like. I had no idea. I didn't know what it was like. The 1,000-year reign of Christ. Until I started having dreams about the millennial reign. And at first, even then, I didn't know what I was looking at, what I was seeing. But, the Holy Spirit, God's Holy Spirit will teach you. Okay? Whatever He's showing you or talking to you about, He will teach you, or He'll give you understanding of what He's talking to you about. And so for years, I didn't even understand what I was looking at, what I was seeing in my sleep, and the Holy Spirit began to teach me and tell me things, and would ask me questions. And of course, a lot of things that He began to teach me, it took me a long time to believe it. And I'm trying to teach this in a way where you'll accept it and it won't confuse you, because there's some things you try to tell people. It doesn't matter how much you try to explain it in a way where they'll understand, they just won't understand. Okay? They'll take it the wrong way. But anyway, I'm going to talk to you some more about the millennial reign. And because, for years I thought that they said that, we will have white robes, we'll be in white garments. There's a number of places in the Bible, especially in Revelation, where it talks about the saints being clothed in white. And I thought, man, we'll just walk around in white all day. I thought, man, that's cool. White is cool. I wear white sometimes. I dress up in all white. I like white. But sometimes I would like to change into black, red, green. So I would be thinking, I hope it's not all white all the time in heaven, and it's not. It's not. Okay, it's not. You have many different clothes in the millennial reign. I'm gonna get some scriptures and show you that in the millennial reign, you'll be wearing many different kinds of clothing, different designs. I saw designs there that I have not seen here. The clothing material was made from. The material the clothing was made from. I have not seen that material here. Okay, but I'm going to show you something in the Word. Now, when Jesus Christ was here on earth, in the book of Isaiah, 53rd chapter, it tells us that Jesus Christ looked very different while He was here on earth than He did after His resurrection. Okay? It says in the book of Isaiah, 53rd chapter, it says, I think it's the second verse. It says, He has no form or comeliness, that when we see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. Okay? I'm going to read again. I'm going to read again. It says, he has no form or comeliness. And when we see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He is despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrow, acquainted with grief, and we hid as it were our faces from him. He was despised and we did not esteem him. We did not esteem him. What they're saying is Jesus was not an attractive person. He might have been actually unattractive. He was not the kind of person you would look at and say, wow, look, I wish my hair was like that. I wish my physique was like that. I wish my clothes, anything. There was just nothing about him that was physically attractive. This is what this is saying. I believe I had a vision of him, his earthly life, and what I saw was his hair wasn't groomed, it wasn't combed. His mustache had grown down over his lip, and he just wasn't. He really didn't have much to show as far as the physical features. Okay, but if you go to the book of Mark 16:12, we can see where Jesus Christ took on another form, and you'll be able to do the same thing in the millennial reign. We will not look like we will be able to look like we look now if we want to, but when we receive our new bodies, we will be able to take on different forms, different hairstyles, different eye colors, okay, different body physiques, shapes, even your height. You'll be able to multiply your height 3, 4, 5 times your height or your size, entire size, body size, 3, 4, 5 times more than what you are now. But you go to Mark 16:12. It says that Jesus Christ took on another form, and while he was speaking to these men, these disciples, they didn't recognize him because he took on another form. We will be able to take on different forms, different eye colors, okay, different physical shapes. Okay, and when you go to the book of Revelation 1:12 and 14, here again he's got another form, another physique. Okay, it talks about him having white woolly hair. His skin color here is a dark bronze. His eyes are like flames of fire. Okay, and what else it says? Oh, and he said his voice is like the roaring of many waters. Now, I know all this is symbolic as well. This is symbolic. I understand that. It has a lot of symbolism in it. But there will be people see, we're going to be like him. The Bible said we shall be like him. There were people I saw their eyes was like Christ. Okay. Then somebody else, their hair is like his. Then somebody else, they may have some facial features like his. Now, I walk like him. That was one of the things I noticed about myself. I walk like him. He's got a triumphant, the best I can describe it is like a triumphant marching walk. But he's not marching, but it looks like some kind of a march, or it's really like a triumphant, victorious walk is the best I can describe it. But I walk like him. And there are people, their voice is like him. Okay. I was listening to this woman once, and as she was talking, just like I'm talking, she wasn't talking about anything in particular, just talking, just casual conversation. And in her voice, I could hear joyful laughter. joyful laughter. I could hear that. And these are some of the gifts we will have in the millennial reign and with our bodies. Okay. There was one woman, I looked in her hair, and I looked inside of her hair, and there was moonlight in her hair. Okay. Some of us will be able to change our skin color if we want to. But we will always have our original, what we was born with. We will always have that. But if you want to change your skin color for whatever reason, you'll be able to do that. Your body size, you'll be able to do that. And even your clothing. You won't necessarily need a clothing or wardrobe in your house. Some people will have that, but some people won't. But your clothing, your wardrobe will be in your mind. Just whatever you think, that's what will appear on your body. I was watching a man one time in this experience. I was watching a man, and I noticed his suit he was wearing. I said, "Man, that's a nice suit." And I just thought about it, and it appeared on me. So you won't be able to covet, because whatever you want, you have it. So thou shalt not covet will not apply to you, and you will just not covet anyway. But you will be able to change body forms, size, hair colors, hair length, just like we do here now. But just a shake of your head will give you hair length, hair color, or just however you want to do that, And also, if you go to Psalms 45, you can see here where Jesus Christ is called the fairest of all men. Okay, the most handsome, the most beautiful of all men. So he's a far cry from what he used to be when he was walking the earth. Here in Psalms 45, during the millennial reign, he is described, Psalm 45, the 2nd chapter, he's described as, "You are the fairest than the sons of men, of all the men." Okay, so when we leave this physical body, we're not going to look quite like we look right now. Okay, many of you all are going to be extremely beautiful people. Now, the black skin is despised here in this world. But that's no secret. We know that. The black skin is despised. Even a lot of black people don't even like being black. Okay? But in the millennial reign, blackness is something that's going to be admired greatly. All right? Because the Bible said, "Many that are first shall be last, and many that are last shall be first." The things that we despise here in this life now will be greatly admired in the future. Okay, and the thing that we esteem so highly and great now will not be esteemed so highly in the future. And the black people that I saw in the millennial reign were beautiful. I mean, just gorgeous. Okay? There's really just no words to describe the beauty of the black. Now, some of us, we understand, we know there's nothing wrong with being black, and we know black is beautiful. We understand it, but there are a lot of people who don't. They see black as something, as a curse. But in the millennial reign, the very thing that we look down on in this life, it will be esteemed highly in the life to come. Okay? So get ready to party for 1,000 years. Can you imagine that? Everything you do will be a party. Even the war that you engage in will be a party. Even when you go out and battle, there will be battles that you will engage in the millennial reign. It will be an enjoyment. It will be a party. Because for one thing, can't nobody hurt you. Okay? There will still be people and demons and aliens and devils who are going to challenge you anyway. Okay, they're going to fight you anyway. But it's just going to be a party to you. Okay? So get ready. We are in for a mega treat. You will destroy your enemy for sport. For sport. Just for sport. Just for the heck of it. You go out. There are going to be times when we're going to go look for devils. And we're going to destroy them for sport. Just for the heck of it. For the fun of it. Because who's going to want devils? Devils are worse than maggots. They're worse than maggots. Who want those things? So, yeah. Just like, you remember the story of David? One of David's men? I can't tell you exactly where it was written in the book of Samuel, I think. One of the books of Samuel. One of David's men went down. He jumped down into a pit with a lion. And he challenged that lion in a pit, in a snowy pit at that. A snowy pit. He did all of that for sport. And that's what we're going to do with the devil. You know, God told me, he said the way you destroy the devil now, just for the fun or just for sport, he said, praise me just for the fun. Don't praise me just because you want something or because you're trying to get something. Just praise me because you can. Just praise me because you can. He said that's how you destroy the devil for sport. That's how you destroy them. That's how you destroy their kingdoms, their buildings, their whatever. Okay? So in the millennial reign, yeah, we will go out on like, what you call those hunts or whatever. And we will look for demons, devils. And matter of fact, you will be able to see the invisible then. So like right now, you know, if you got some invisible entity that's sitting around you now, you can't see them. In the millennial reign, you'll be able to see them. So in order to find them, you're going to have to go look for them. And so we will do that for sport. Everything you do is going to be a party. Everything. All right? So that's what I was thinking about the other day. I was thinking about, you know, people thinking we're going to be just walking around in white robes the entire 1,000 years. No, we're not going to be doing that. The police, when he get through with his job, he take his uniform off. When he go to do his job, he put his uniform on. Same with the judge. The judge, when he get ready to do his job, sit behind that bench or whatever he's doing behind that big desk, he put on his robe. But when he's done, he take his robe off. Well, we won't be any different. We'll wear that white robe at some special occasions when we need it. Okay. Now I'm gonna give you another vision God gave me many years ago. I saw Jesus Christ returning to earth, and he was walking. But he was walking triumphantly, kind of like a marching soldier. But it wasn't as a marching soldier, but it's the best I can describe it. But he was like coming back. His steps was going like this. And he was just kind of marching. And he was coming back. And this vision stayed with me probably, I don't know, maybe a month. You know, I could see this vision, maybe a month. And as I was looking at the vision and trying to figure it out, and I said, wait a minute, that's not Jesus Christ, that's me. And I said, no, that's not me. I couldn't be that great. That's Jesus Christ. I said, no. Then I would say, no, that's not Jesus Christ. I know Jesus Christ he's greater than that. That's a great person I'm looking at, but I know Jesus he's much greater than that. And so I went back and forth like that for a while. To finally the Holy Spirit revealed to me who that was, coming back to earth triumphantly. And he said, that is Christ in you. That's what he said. So that's the reason why it looked like me for a minute, and then it looked like Christ, and then it looked like me, then it looked like Christ. And I couldn't decide whether that was me coming back to earth in the rapture or whether that was Christ coming back to earth in the rapture. Actually, it was Christ in me. Okay, we will be so much like him. Okay, we'll be so much like him until when people see us, it's going to be just like them looking at Christ. Okay, And when we give an order or command, it's going to be just like Christ giving them that order or command. Okay? When Christ returns, and when you look into his face, you will see all his people in him. And when you look into the face of all of his people, you will see him in all of his people. All right? Okay. There's just a little something I want to share with you. I was thinking about the other day while I was at work, and I thought I would share it again. I might be talking about some more stuff that I've already talked about, already made videos about. I just feel impressed to do it this way, So for those of you who have already heard some of this stuff, it's okay, but maybe somebody have not. So we're going to be talking more and more about the millennial reign, because if you were like me, I didn't know anything about the millennial reign. Okay. For one thing, there's going to be freedom like you never dreamed in the millennial reign. Freedom. There are many things I'm waiting for in the millennial reign, but freedom is one. You know what it's like to be living without rules, or you know what you're going to be governed by? You're not going to be governed by laws in the millennial reign. You're going to be governed by love. You're going to be governed by peace. You're going to be governed by life. You're going to be governed by liberty. That's what's going to motivate you and drive you to do things or not do things. Right now, we are motivated and we're driven to do things or not do things because of law. Because of law. Now, some things we do, out of the love and kindness of our heart. But when it boils down to it, it's out of law. Okay? When it's all said and done. It's out of law because we fear being punished. But in the millennial reign, you won't have to, there'll be no fear of being punished. You will not be punished or judged. Okay? And you will not have a heart to do evil to anybody. So that won't be a factor. That won't be a problem either. Okay, but anyway, God is still speaking through visions and dreams. Hopefully I have some more for you real shortly. And may the Lord bless you and keep you and yours all the days of your life.